Alright, what's up guys, and welcome to this flawless video.
It's raffle mouth.
Interrupted by a subscription, god damn it.
I just remembered I have to go. If you let me go, I'll give you a BJ.
How dare you subscribe? Kanzuk, thank you so much for subbing, really helps my stream. I really appreciate it. Thank you for your generosity. And welcome to Why do we always do this as soon as I engage my lovely YouTube voice? All of these naughty people subscribe. Dan, thank you so much to you too. It's very generous of you, man. Thank you. So, let's go to today's video. In all honesty, what makes Hwo-rang such a difficult character? No, he's not. He's for brain-dead, shit-eating scrubs. Goodbye. Okay, so that was a funny joke for all of you who really dislike Hwo-rang. There are quite a few of you, and God knows he can be very annoying for sure. But I felt we could actually do a video where we perhaps give Hwo-rang players just a little bit of credit. Because you might think he's just this spam machine, you know, that does all of this shit, you know, all day long. But there's a lot that goes into playing Hwo-rang, and as much as his enormous amounts of mix-ups, you know, 150 moves, 4-5 stances, God knows it can be annoying to deal with, but Hwo-rang players are in many ways unsung heroes, because there's a lot of difficulty to the character. So I thought we could start with the execution. Even basic combos with Hwo-rang are difficult, and in my opinion, he's the hardest character to combo with online. If I'm playing on a free bar and I can feel the lag, this is the character I'm gonna drop the combos the most with, because I find his combos to be very timing sensitive compared to most other characters where you can basically mash them out. And this wall combo here, there's more execution to that than you'd think. I thought we could show what a lot of Hwo-rang players use as staples. Is this? Oh god. That simple staple I did there is a lot to landing that combo. After down for 2, forward 4 immediately. And this I drop online all the time. You actually have to time these kicks into back 4. And then you dash forward, when you do the same thing when you do his wall combo. You dash forward into motion switch, forward 3, and you do a cancel there. But I'm just saying that all of this, you know, that you see as just complete bullshit, there is some execution and timing to all of that. Hwo-rang relies a lot on solid execution to be played effectively. Yeah, I just want to stress that, because that's a reality for Hwo-rang players. And then something else that also is very interesting with the character and makes him difficult is that you have a lot of amazing moves, you know, like for example, Backlash, great move in this game. For Season 2, his right flamingo stance down for 4 is a great pressure tool. I believe it's +2 on block. Of course his power crush here from both flamingo stances, amazing. Left flamingo stance, down for... oh fuck. Just insert a bazillion amount of moves here. Okay, right flamingo stance, back 3, I like that one. The thing with Hwo-rang is that he has a lot of amazing moves, but they are all... there's a gatekeeper in the way. You have to actually go into a stance and to be able to access them. That changes him so drastically from any other character, and it just makes him that much more difficult to play. There's always a prerequisite, you know, either you doing a motion switch into the backlash, or... you know, you have to actually go into the appropriate stance to access all of these moves. And this goes hand in hand with my next point, which I think hurts Hwo-rang a lot, and it's specific to Tekken 7. It's the introduction of Power Crush, but more than Power Crush, the Rage Art. I mean, when Hwo-rang, you know, we all hate this shit. Flamingo spam, I like to call it. But when Hwo-rang is doing his Flamingo spam, he can't guard. So Hwo-rang, I mean, he gets shut down so badly by Rage Arts, and to some extent Power Crushes. Those new gameplay elements make it much more difficult for Hwo-rang players. So we have the execution. We have the need to go into specific stances to access a lot of his great moves. We have Power Crush and Rage Art, which set him back quite a lot. Well, they hurt him the most, more than many other characters, I would say. And then you have... I also want to mention that he has a couple of lacking things. He's quite all-around in Tekken 7 due to his keep-out getting much better with Backlash. And he got a proper long-range knockdown tool in Ford 4. He was very much lacking that prior to these games. No, to Tekken 7. So that was a hole that was sort of patched for Hwo-rang. But he still has very, very average punishment. His punishment is rather weak, I would say. You have 4 free for 12 frame or 4 free into stance. Down for 2 is a great 15 frame launch, but the range is terrible. It's not like Paul's down for 2. So punishment is tricky with Hwo-rang, but it's the price you pay when you have incredible pressure. I mean, usually a character is not allowed to have incredible pressure and incredible punishment. Look at Kazuya, he's probably the opposite of Hwo-rang. Oh no, did Twitch die? I hope it didn't. Well, I'm still recording at least, thank God for that. So, here's a guy hoping at least the Hwo-rang players watching this got to see a video where I actually give them praise. I mean, I play Hwo-rang myself, and all of you who really hate Hwo-rang, I get these messages a lot, like Hwo-rang is a piece of shit. He's one of the most hated characters, I think. Just know that, yeah, he has enormous amounts of mix-ups, you know, a never-ending move list. 149 entries into it. That's much longer than your staple move list. Just know that the Hwo-rang player actually has taken the time, you know, to actually take in all of those moves, you know, and it's very complicated playing Hwo-rang. It's not like a Kazuya noob like me who has 7 moves in his head. A Hwo-rang player at all times in one match will use at least 40 different moves. It's 30-40 moves is usually rather staple with Hwo-rang. And that's not easy, you know, taking all of that into account and, you know, accessing it whenever you need it. And the execution factor, as I told you, great moves being accessible only from very specific stances, you know, difficult to punish. Hwo-rang is a difficult character. So, I hope that taught you a little bit about why Hwo-rang can be very, 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 very tough to play. But of course, the one thing that makes him so strong, you know, his pressure and this bag of tools, that also works to his favor, because that's 149 different moves that your opponent has to be able to handle. So, Hwo-rang puts a lot of pressure on the people defending, that they actually know Hwo-rang, you know, how to deal with it. And that can be annoying. Yes, I get it. But Hwo-rang players pay a price. They have discipline. You know, at least the good Hwo-rang players do. It's not like Noctis and Katarina, you know, where an infant, you know, who is 3 months old goes gaga boo boo, hits the controller, and the opponent dies. Hwo-rang players, they deserve your respect.